Hi, my name is Sanjay Kaushik. I used to work with the US Embassy in the visa section for about 15 years. And for the past 22 years, I've been doing visa consultation with my team at Revataa Education. Our effort here is to bring certain points which are going to benefit not only the students but also visitors and other visa categories. Sometimes when we start posting videos, we post videos that we believe are the best for the student. What my team has done this time has researched a lot of options, a lot of Facebook, a lot of Instagram pages, uh, sometimes students coming to us directly and posting questions. So we have taken out certain questions where we are going to ask those questions. One of my colleagues is going to read those questions. I will try and answer those questions. Not only is it going to benefit the person who posted this, but maybe a lot of students at large. So let's start with the first question.
Okay, so we have first question. Do international undergraduate students get their visa approved for summer intake or not? As there are rumors that most of the F1 visas are approved only for spring and fall intake.
Well, this statement I don't agree because, like I said, I've been working in this industry now for about 37 years. Everything boils down to your interview, how you go and present your case. There's no such, I would say, uh, fall intake or the spring intake where the visa categories for F1 are only considered. If a student mid session, summer session goes in and he has a legitimate reason to go, if he has the right intentions to go and study there, then there is not an issue at all. So prepare for your visa interview accordingly. You must know your subject, you must know your course content, you must know your curriculum. The university should be very good, whether it is spring, fall, or mid session, makes no difference. Prepare well. That's the key. The next question could be.
So the next question is, I got visa interview appointment on 2nd March 2025.
Hmm,
I applied with the I-20 of spring 25. Now I got the I-20 of summer 2025.
hmm.
The university told me to complete my spring online, then come to the US for summer enrollment.
Hmm.
Now I'm confused that do I need to change my application for which I-20 I should show the consulate officer? If anyone going through this situation, please help.
All right. Now, so you got an I-20 for the spring of 25, and now you have for the summer of 2025. So that means, like, probably you were to go in the spring, that means January of 2025, but now summer would essentially mean sometime April, May, or June. This situation could come similarly for a person who had a spring and a fall and takes something of that sort. If you've not applied for your visa yet, then I would say that use your latest I-20, the current I-20. Let's say that you got two I-20s, one for the spring of 25 and the other one for the summer of 25. Use the summer of 25 I-20. The latest I-20 would also show up on their record because when the university is issuing the I-20s, each I-20 has a unique service number. So if the program changes or the time changes, right, then sometimes that the university has to issue a new I-20 with a new service number. So try and use the most latest and the current I-20 when applying for your visa this time. Thank you. Yeah.
I live in US on work visa, trying to bring my brother from India on tourist visa for 4 to 6 months. His visa application got rejected on 214B. He ran a small business in India. So, can you suggest what else documentation can make the case stronger if we apply next time?
Okay, that's a good question, and I think this is a very flowing kind of an interview or kind of a presentation where we'll be mixing up not only with the student visa, but also sometimes we'll have question on visitors visa like this one. So the question is that he has got a brother whose visa was refused. It all depends. What is his age? What is his marital status? How big is the business? How long has he been doing business? Is this his first trip to the US? Right? Because most of the time when we talk about the visa law, it has to prove that you are a legitimate traveler. You have reasons to go to the US, wherein you have a brother there, but you have a stronger reason to come back. Once again, it all boils down to how you go and present your case. If you have a good travel history, that really helps. Also, when you're going and answering those questions, how do you answer those questions? How do you frame those questions? How do you answer that question in what sequence? All that matters. So make sure that his preparation, not only for the documentation, but also for his visa interview is really solid. He needs to figure out what questions the officer asked and what answers did he give. Sometimes what happens is when we go in for the visa interview, we expect that the visa officer will ask a lot of questions, but that's not necessarily true. The officers have very limited time, probably just 2 minutes or 3 minutes, wherein not only they have to ascertain that you're a genuine traveler, but also they have to be very sure that you're not going to violate any visa law by overstaying in the US. It also depends how did you go to the US and how did you acquire your green card? What was your basis? So all that has to be looked at holistically to prepare for a visa interview. I think that answers your question. Thank you.
Sir, I'm a green card holder and my wife is on tourist visa. Can I apply I-130 for her so she can stay with me? What's the process?
Look, you're in a very good situation because your wife already has a visitor's visa. So my suggestion would be let her use the visitor visa for visiting. However, your question is while she's in the US, can you definitely or should you apply for the I-130? Yes, you can, but then you have to also figure out like once the I-130 is filed, um, that shows her intentions to immigrate. She's a potential immigrant. That means, so if you're using the visitor's visa, use that very judiciously. For that, she can travel and come back. Or if you're planning that she comes to the US on a visitor's visa and then you file for a green card and then she can stay on, that is a possibility because the visa law also permits a person to change the visa status. However, my suggestion as a counselor would be that it is best that she stays in India. You apply for the I-130. The I-130 gets approved. She completes the complete visa process for immigration, and then she enters the US as green card holder. That would be the best option. Rest is up to you. However, if you take my advice, I would suggest file the I-130, let her go through the process, get her immigrant visa, and then let her enter the US on a green card or as an immigrant. Thank you.
Sir, I would like to ask for clarification regarding my tourist visa application. I recently got married, but I have not yet updated my IDs, passport, or other documents to reflect my husband's surname. Additionally, I have not received my marriage certificate yet, as it will be released in 2 3 months. In this case, should I fill out the new DS 160 form as a single or married? Would it be necessary to update my passport and IDs to my husband's surname before applying?
You don't have to update your passport. You don't have to. I mean, it's your personal choice. You don't have to change your surname. You don't have to update that. If you can update that, that's very good. However, you can apply on your passport, which mentions that you're not married yet. However, even if you are getting a marriage certificate in the next 2 or 3 months, and if you're married today, the question is, what is your marital status as of now? So, as of now, if you go through a religious ceremony, you're married whether or not your marriage is registered. You can always go back and register your marriage. But when you're applying for a visa, provide authentic, correct information, which is that you are married. Even though your passport does not have your husband's name, that's okay. Your other government documents do not have your husband's name, that's fine. But technically, you are married as of today when you're filling a visa application form. So do not mention as single, mention that as married, and then apply for your visa. In the meantime, if you do get your passport updated, that's fine. If not, that's okay. And if you can get your marriage certificate, fantastic. If not, then make sure that you carry documents supporting your marriage, which would be your marriage photographs, your marriage invitations, and those kind of things. Thank you.